These are going to be some Petrus example solves. I will have these scrambles in the description so you can follow along should you choose to do so. Okay, so the first thing I notice with the scramble right away is this here. It's essentially a block built around the wrong center. I notice that the edge here for the cross is right there, so I can do, and actually I can notice these two here will be nice to pair up, because this edge here, this blue edge, will actually be solved in place, like right here, when I'm done here. So I'm going to do R, U prime, F prime, L prime, R2, up wedge, because now I know this is here and this is here, so I can just do a Y there, and after doing that, an R2, U prime, R2. Edge orientation, I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 bad edges, so it's R, U2, R2, F prime, R. And a little interesting thing here is that because these two corners are oriented in a way that these corners are also able to be properly oriented with just an OCLL, I can actually do soon here, which will orient them, and I can do U, R2, U prime, R2, U, R2, U2, R2 to solve that because my edges were also solved in place. COLL, I don't know the ZBL, but I do know that I'm going to end up with a U perm when I finish my COLL. So, there we go. Alright, so the second one, I again notice a pretty simple pairing thing I can do here. So if I do U prime, R prime, U prime, R, down wedge, so U prime, R, down wedge, R prime, D prime, F2, I can solve my block right there. And I want to be weird here, and I'm actually going to solve the block here in the top, but I'm not going to solve in the top, obviously, because that'd be weird and bad, but I'm going to do U2, F2, L2, R, U, R prime to solve that. Then I have 2 bad edges here and 2 bad edges here. So to solve that, I'm going to do U, R, U, R2, F prime, R. Solves that. And rotate. And this I'm going to solve with U, R2, which will place that. U2, R to build this block here. I'm actually going to do, because I know how this is going to end, I need to do R, D prime, R, U prime, R prime, D, R. And then here, actually, this is a one last layer case, if you do it right. Which I sometimes don't do it right, but you can essentially just do some of that, some wide D, L moves and D moves until you reduce it simply to a J perm here. You can then solve. Okay, again, really simple block. There's a few ways I can do this. Because these are in a nice spot here with this, I can do R2, or I can do R2. L2 R prime F, which will place that. However, this edge is not in a great spot, so I'm going to look at this instead here, which is better because I can do F prime, R prime, D, U prime, D prime, R2, D, solves that block. And because all I'm missing is this corner here and this edge, I can just like beginner insert it almost. And in orientation, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 bad edges, so it's just R prime, right wedge prime F, and then wide solve that. And then to solve this, I'm going to solve my back square here, which is going to be U, R, U, R, U2, R, U, R2. And then I'm going to go ahead and pair this up and insert. And ZBL, I recognize because it's a T case where these are the same, these are opposite. And that I've got a bar here and an opposite bar here, so I know it's going to be the ZBL. Okay, so for this one, I notice I've got, again, like the first one, these are just built around the wrong center. What's nice about this one is it's built around an opposite center, which means I can just solve with some move. In this case, it'll be an L, F2, R prime. However, that solves the pair, so I don't want to do that. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do down wedge prime, L prime, or L, F2, R prime, which will solve that instead. The next one I'm going to expand it across to the right here, the red, green, white with U prime, F prime, U, F prime, R, U, F prime, U, R, F, R2. And then I've got 3 here and 1 here. So I could do this as F U2 MUM. Or I could do it as U2 RU2 R2 F prime R prime, which I'm going to do it as that way instead because that's how I would do it in a speed solve. But the other way is also a possibility. Next, I'm going to solve my back slot here again because it's just the easiest and the first I saw. Pair this up. And ZLL here, I notice I have opposite here and same here. Notice I've got what would look like an H perm from this angle if everything was oriented. But yeah, I know these aren't because of the CLL. I know that 2 edges have to be swapped because it's not a solved CPK, so I won't have an EPLL. So I would solve it like this. Okay. Looking at this next one here, there's not a whole lot of great stuff I can do, but there is a nice tube. Actually, no, this isn't bad actually. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do RU2, which will solve this, and then B, which will solve that square. F2 R2 U up wedge prime, which will solve the square in the back there. And then I'm gonna solve it in the front here with U prime, F prime, R prime, F, down wedge prime, L prime to L. I've got 6 bad edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm gonna do R, U2, R2, F prime, R, L prime, U, L. I've got a pair solved here, so I can just insert that. And I'm gonna pair this up and insert. I don't know the ZBLL, but I do know that it's a diagonal soon case because it's opposite and same. So I'm just gonna do that, which is yay, soon, inverse yay, and then a U berm.